Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast, episode 2, titled What Is It Being a Dad, Part 1. We just wanted to explain before we get into the episode why it's called Part 1. So when we originally recorded the conversation, we thought we did a pretty good job covering the topic, but then we agreed after the fact that there's so much more that goes into being a dad. So we want to make sure that we cover that topic entirely. So we are going to visit this conversation at a later date, obviously making that Part 2. We just wanted to keep you guys in the loop so you didn't think that this was a one and done for this conversation and be a little disappointed that we might not have covered the topics that you think would be what is being a dad. So we are going to revisit it. With that being said, let's just jump into the episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so I did bring something, right? It's not like I want to surprise you every time that we do a podcast.
That's definitely
right?
what you're doing
That's
so far.
Right, is that I just surprise you with some shit. But the topic of the episode is what? Do you want to just jump in?
Of course, yeah.
All right.
What to know before you have a family?
All right, so we're talking families. We're talking what I wish I knew before I was a dad, what I know now that I am a dad.
Yeah.
Right, and we're obviously going to try, if it gets into it, our experiences with our fathers, right?
Yeah.
Which is going to be right intense if we get to that spot. So if we're going to be talking about families and everything, it just felt right that it's a big conversation, right? So we need big drinks.
Okay.
And when I saw this is so exaggerated, by the way.
Big drinks. Yo, I never seen these before.
I was buying beer yesterday and I looked down and these things were so fucking ridiculously huge, like comedically big, that I was like, I'm gonna buy 2 of them and I'm just gonna throw it at Larry. I'm gonna grab one. It's a fucking 32-ounce bottle of Modelo, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect because I forgot to bring some. So,
and the thing is, you've brought drinks the last couple times, and I'm like, it's gonna be weird if he brings more, and this time he goes, "You want a beer?" and I say no, right? Because then I'm gonna have to drink that beer in order to make him not feel suspicious, and then I'm gonna bring out these bigger ones. You can't already, this has to be the drink,
right?
So just a cheers,
bro,
to this episode.
Yep.
And I was gonna fuck around and get a brown paper bag just to really put everything together.
Like we're on Friday.
Really put the ambiance together, but brown paper bag probably not gonna mesh well with an audio podcast, so that's probably the best idea.
Yeah,
do it.
Everything is gonna sound like somebody sneaking through the hallway. Exactly.
But yeah, no, I just thought that shit was gonna be hilarious because this is so stupid. This so like no sane person should be drinking. This is a drink of a depressed individual.
I agree.
Right? Like if you got, man, I can't wait to get off work and grab myself 230 ounce, 232 ounce. Like, you really try to drink a gallon of Modelo? You ain't drinking a gallon of water a day, but you go down one of these.
Yeah, word. And what's crazy is this looks like the kind of bottle where dude wake up first thing in the morning and just crack it open.
Yeah.
He's like, I got this to last me till the afternoon. And then I get another one around 11 o'clock.
Nah, but if you're drinking this, like, you will drink it until like 4 a.m., knowing that you got to be at work at 6 a.m. And you don't miss a beat. You there at 6 a.m. People don't even know that you drank till 4 a.m.
They gonna know because you're gonna smell like a fucking 32 ounce.
That's a couple of sprays of cologne. But if you're drinking this on a regular, you got to be a professional.
Word.
And also an alcoholic. But I've never sucked dick for alcohol. So, like, you can't really be addicted to something if you didn't suck dick for it.
Who made that up?
It's called addicted. Right? So, a dick has to be involved.
Addict it.
A dick has to be there if I'm going to be claiming that I'm addicted to something.
Got you.
If I ain't suck dick for it, then I don't got a problem.
Heard you.
There it is.
So, if you just suck dick for free, does that mean...
Then you're addicted to dick. That's what it is.
Yo, that's fucking funny.
I'm not sitting here judging anybody that do it. I'm just breaking it down. Like,
oh man, you might be right.
I am right. It's not even a question. I have full confidence.
Oh gosh, wow! I don't even know how you got us here this early. Like, just full force into George mode.
Delicious. Bro, and the thing is I brought it yesterday, right?
Uh,
Because I brought a 6-pack of Blue Moon, and that's when I saw them. And I guess you can say it's a problem when you have to sneak beer or alcohol into the crib, right? Because I know Alina's is going to be like, the fuck are you spending on? Like, you know? So I was like, she can see the 6-pack.
yeah.
But I'm not going to let her know that I brought 2 32-ounce. I brought a gallon of Modelo. Like, and I had to sneak it in the crib. And then I had to sneak it out this morning before I went to work. And we got a fridge at work, so I had to sneak it in the fridge at work.
Oh, my God. Yeah. You're on a fucking James Bond mission for some Modelo. For a troll gift.
Just a little fucking gag gift.
That's
but
hilarious.
all of that definitely does speak alcoholic. Like, obviously, it's not just for me, but if I was sneaking 32-ounce bottles in the car before or after work, I think you got a problem.
I agree. So tell me, man, you had some time to think over the last week about this topic. What people should know out there, what it's like to be a dad.
I think that's a lot, right? Because you're responsible for a human being.
Yeah.
And not only just keeping them alive, but you are responsible for making sure they grow up to be civilized individuals. And if they aren't civilized, right, at least show them how to get away with things.
Okay. So
Right.
kind of like Dexter.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you're going to do it, make sure you don't get caught. You could do it, just don't get caught, because that's the problem, is getting caught. But no, in all seriousness, the idea of being responsible for somebody always scared me, because who the fuck am I to be responsible for somebody else?
Right.
I mean, you guys see the intros to this podcast. You think like, oh, this guy takes care of a kid. It's going to be like, no, but I do, actually.
Yeah.
You know, and I got another one on the way. Yeah, no, it's scary. If there's one word to define it, to like put it all together, it's like, oh, what is it to be a dad? I think it's just scary, because it can go wrong at any moment, and you can put in so much time to create a relationship, and it, you know, whatever may happen in the future, whether it's one thing or another, it can crumble, I think, right? So the biggest thing is trying to build the base early, because I mean, I haven't had the best experiences with like my dad.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I put off being a dad. I didn't want kids.
No?
Like 100% didn't want kids. When me and Alina first started dating, like that was the thing. I didn't want kids. We would have like, not me and her, but like me and some friends, you know, shooting the shit, having drinks.
Yeah.
Somehow that topic comes up, because guys talk about that. Believe it or not, guys talk about that shit. All right. You guys get drunk, and one thing leads to another topic.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about whether you want kids or not.
Yeah.
Right? So we had that conversation years ago. I was like 22, something like that. I didn't want kids. One, because I'm a horrible human being. Right? Like,
Valid.
I'm like really like not the best person. Right? So the karma alone is just like, you don't want to deal with it. So I was like, and Alina's is not far behind. I'm not saying she a saint either. All right, because she got a mouth on her. She be saying some crazy shit. So I was like, nah, the karma's not on our side. Like,
Trying to use that as a valid excuse.
yeah. But the biggest thing is like seeing my relationship with my dad. I was like, I don't want that.
Yep.
I don't want to, you know, help a baby be born into this world, and then I'm not 100% invested in this person's life. Because you sent me a statistic earlier, which is crazy. Which one was it? It was like 1/4 of every household.
Yeah, like a little over 1/4 actually.
Little over 1/4 of every household. Kids grow up without a father. Like, that's crazy. How you going? I mean, I get it. The funnest part is over, right?
Which is what? Waiting around 9 months to see what was going to happen?
No, turkey basting.
Okay.
Right? That's the funnest part.
Okay.
But it's just crazy that guys don't want to stick around. And it's not to say that it's always on the guy, though.
Because it's not.
There's plenty of situations where men want to be in their kids' lives, and the woman doesn't want that to be. Whatever the fact it may be, whether the woman knows this is a shitty dude, I don't know. But I know situations and seen them in real life where the guy is not a bad guy, and it's just a toxic woman who wants more control over somebody, and now she has the say so of you can't see your kid.
That's why when a woman you don't want to have kids with, like, has sex with you, they call it trapping you, right? Because like people on the outside probably know looking in, like, this dude is too good for her. So, like, what's the catch here? Oh, now she got a kid. Oh, he's trapped.
Yeah.
Because now she's got leverage over somebody she otherwise probably shouldn't be in fucking.
The idea of being trapped is like, it's a financial thing.
Yep.
Right? Because usually it's always financially motivated. But then not far behind it is trapping the good guys, because you don't want them to go anywhere. Right? You know that they're faithful, or you have an idea that you've had bad experiences in the past with some of the dudes.
Yeah.
And if you trap this guy with a baby, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And if they're a good enough guy, they're not going to go anywhere because they have to see it through. They have this kid, and the best way to raise a kid on paper is so that they have both parents.
That's true. That is a proven, well, it's a supported fact. I don't know if you can say anything's proven other than that water is wet. But yeah, like,
Don't you love the idea though? Like, I love speaking for women, right, in this area, because man, they're gonna hate it. They're gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy to say why women trap dudes?
yeah,
I don't need to have a pussy to know what the fuck is going on in there when y'all trying to trap a motherfucker.
like, it's not obvious.
Yeah.
There's only so many fucking choices.
Y'all
that are-
not that difficult to figure out sometimes. All right. You like to play it like y'all a puzzle, but sometimes you're easy to read. The scariest thing is just taking the first plunge, and for the longest just not wanting it.
So why even do it?
It's because I fell in love,
Yeah.
right? And when you fall in love, you want to give that person everything that they're asking for. And sometimes that's kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Alina's didn't want to move forward and live a life where she's not raising a kid. And I'm madly in love with her, and I want to give her the world. And if a kid is that world, it's my responsibility to figure it out within myself and give her the world. So, I mean, I had a lot of like internal arguments. I had to figure it out, fight my demons, because it's not fair for my issues to be the gate that stops her from having a kid or having what she wants.
Damn. You always dropping some profound shit, like, out of nowhere. Like, it's like, yo, and when I tell you I've learned so much from you over the last couple of years I've known you, it's like, because you're just a regular dude, like, no Ivy League degree, nothing.
I could
like
never.
But,
They won't let me in.
But you always say some shit like you've lived a fucking full adult life already. Because people are not even going to catch what you said, is that you weren't going to let your issues, or rather it wasn't fair to the woman that you love to let your issues stop her from getting what she wants.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't know. It's just,
A selflessness, bro.
yeah, from the most selfish person. I consider myself to be so selfish. But I don't know. The right woman will make you doubt yourself and make you figure some shit out. A woman, I've always said this to like my friends, like, a woman is going to do one or two things, right? They're either going to push you forward to better yourself, or they're going to destroy your fucking life in any way, shape, or form. They're doing that.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Because the right one, I got to find the right one, right? You know, we've been together since senior year of high school. So it's been 11, 12 years. And believe me, I've had my problems. I've had my ups and downs. Biggest demon I fight is anger issues. And that's another thing that I was always afraid of, is passing on those anger issues to my kids. Because that's the demon that haunts my family history.
Yeah.
Like, from my dad to his dad to my brother, my siblings, my mom, me, all anger issues.
Yeah.
Because it's the easiest emotion to display, right? You don't really have to explain unless somebody who cares comes in after the fact and has a conversation about why you acted the way you acted. But anger is just the easiest thing to put out.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to cover up any other emotion, because it's the loudest. The only time I think it really, fails is once the sadness kind of goes over it.
Yeah.
And then you have that breaking point.
Yeah.
But having, anger issues was the scariest thing because I don't want my kids to face that demon the way that I've been facing it my whole life.
I would have never known that about you.
Yeah, dude, I've had the worst situations, like just not being able to handle it right, like breaking phones, punching walls. You know what I mean? Just whatever I need to do to get the focus away from what the fucking problem is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it in the name of anger because that's the easiest way to do it.
It's crazy you saying that. Like I've always had that as well, but it's never been destructive, I guess. Maybe more like internally destructive, like cause me to self-sabotage and like break down, shut down, stuff like that, as opposed to like exerting it on the physical world. But like watching my little brother grow up with like, a bad temper has made me realize that adding like more effective communication around how you feel about shit can help to like tame some of that anger. Because if somebody's pissing you off at work, like you get an email or something from your boss, something crazy, like it's hard to dispel that anger. You're at work. The only other way would be for you to like write an email back saying, hey, I'm having a hard time trying to figure this out. Because if you don't do something like that, what do? You hold on to it.
Yeah.
Or you go home and take it out on the people who ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yep.
So like I learned a lot of that shit through therapy. Like because I was never the type of person like to be vocal about my emotions or even to like even admit that they are real.
Yeah.
So learning how to talk about stuff.
And the good old days are gone. You know what I mean? You can't come home and hit your wife anymore. Right?
Turn your son into a serial killer. Go outside and skin deer.
All right. Unfortunately, I missed that window. Yeah. Right? So, no, I'm joking.
Yeah, he got to walk that one back. Somebody's going to be like, oh, yeah.
Somebody just got fucking triggered. But no, and I still have anger issues. Yeah. But I think now that I have a kid, I feel like I think about it more. Yeah. Right? So, because now I have to teach him how to deal with his issues. Right? Like, you can't just throw a tantrum. And the thing is, my son's 2. Yeah. And already, my man, he's 2, so it's not like he's figured anything out. But my man began upset and started throwing his toys or whatever. And I'm like, in the back of my mind is like, is that because he's 2? Or is it because he's already displaying, displaying some anger issues? Yeah. I don't know. And that's always like, because I had that fear before, that fear is never going to go away.
Right. Unfortunately, DNA plays a large part of who we turn out to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in an emotional standpoint?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, apparently, like you can carry trauma through generations, which is like.
So that's why black people are so mad.
That's what people argue. It's like you start out as slavery where, all kind of crazy shit's happening. And even if it wasn't like through you teaching your child how to react or protect themselves in certain instances, like your DNA in some way remembers that. That's why they like try to tell women who, or they there was a study I read one time. It basically suggests that women who are physically abused while they're pregnant tend to have kids who are angrier because they're already born in like this sort of fight or flight mentality.
I don't know, dude. Yeah. I feel like that's how do you monitor that? How do you get to that point? How do you experiment and figure that out? Like if a woman's being abused and they have a kid, chances are she's still being abused after the kid, and now the kid is witnessing said abuse. So yeah, he's gonna have those feelings, and it's all gonna kind of circle around because he's witnessing it. I don't know how it gets. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not true, but I can't wrap my head around that. I'm sorry. It's not like it's your statistic.
Yeah,
We
I
didn't
don't-
do the experiments, but whoever did, I
Yeah.
can't see it. That's
Yeah.
not me. I don't know.
Maybe we'll look at an article or something.
What we need to do is we need to get 4 different women.
Nope. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Not doing no Dr. Kevorkian shit.
I was just trying to do it in the name of science. If you're not about it, then I guess we can cut it right now.
That's how they started out, cutting motherfuckers' heads open. Like, I think we should know how big his brain was. Like, nah, you can roll it back, George.
But yeah, so I mean, once we made the decision to have kids, I mean, it feels like when you're with the right person, like it's the easiest decision in the world, right? Because you see the best versions of the people that you fall in love with, and you see the worst. It's not like, I mean, they say that, what is it? You have like love blinds you or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it does for a little while. All right. But after a certain amount of time where you're not blinded by it, I think that's lust, first of all. Lust is probably the love that blinds you.
Very true.
And once you've gone inside multiple times, it kind of, you kind of go in, it kind of gets rid of it.
Yeah.
Right. Once you start like thinking about potentially having kids with a person, you do start to dissect them in every way, shape, and form. So like one of the questions that you had written down is like, how did you know that you were with the right person?
Yeah.
That's, I think, an impossible answer to it, or an impossible question to answer. All right. Because unless that person already has kids, then you're kind of making up scenarios in your head as to how they will handle situations.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
I mean? Obviously, if you've known them long enough, you can compare and contrast how they handled other situations and maybe use that as a suggestion on how they would handle a situation with a kid.
Did either of y'all have nieces or nephews before you had kids?
So she has a nephew, but she barely sees him. Then she has two nephews and a niece. The ones that live in New York, their dad is like a prime example. And now I only get to see him every now and again. It's not like I'm spending every week with him or every day, but he's a prime example of like, to me, what a good dad is. They used to be like, either get loud, obviously, fight, right? Or just start wilding in the crib, whatever. And the way he would handle those situations, I was like, damn, I ain't never seen it like that, right? Because it was like he would like pull them to the side, or he would have a conversation and he would explain like, yo, you don't do this because so-and-so, right? This is not right. Maybe we can do this in our house, but we're not in our house. Right. You have to respect this house. You have to respect this and that. And if you're not doing it, you're disrespecting them.
Can he adopt me?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Damn.
And I was like, I didn't know you don't get straight to hitting them.
Where's the smack?
Like, why are these kids not getting their ass whooped?
Yeah.
And it was like, nah, you don't need to always hit your fucking kids.
Yeah.
So he would like talk to them and they would adjust their behavior. And I was like, damn, you could do that?
I guess that is something I never really thought about. Like, why do so many parents use fear as a way to correct their kids?
Because now this is, again, just a guess.
Your own personal
right?
opinion.
I think what happens is there's a line in the sand that has to be drawn, right? You can't be friends with your kids. I've always heard that in movies. I've heard that in shows.
I agree.
Right? Is you can't be friends with your kids because it's just not going to work out. It's never been they have to respect you. Is they have to fear you.
Okay.
What you say goes.
Okay.
That's why, like in our house, for a while, it was always like, wait till your dad hears about this.
Yeah.
Right? Because now your dad is the scary figure that you have to deal with. He's the consequences.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I've never had the conversation with my parents on whether that was just organic or if that was a responsibility that my mom put on my dad or if that was just the way that my dad wanted to do it. I have no idea. Because I feel like doing that, if you're creating an environment where your dad is the consequences, all you're really doing is having your kids hate the dad.
Yeah.
Because everything And I'm not saying that it's the mom's fault in any way, shape, or form, because if that is the setup where the dad is the consequence, right? And he's okay with that. That's what he wants to do. These kids need to understand what I say goes or else. If that's it, then the dad has another responsibility where he has to have conversations with his kids, and he needs to build a relationship with those kids to where they understand that that's not all that he is. Because then if that is, then that relationship is gone, and that's going to be some kind of like trauma in some way, shape, or form that the kids now have to figure out, and they might not be able to decipher what the fuck even happened until they're older. And at that point, that relationship may be done.
Yeah. I had asked you that question about if either of you had nieces or nephews prior to having kids, because you said there's no way of telling how that other person is going to be as a parent, or how you are even going to be as a parent if you don't have kids. So I was wondering if like maybe y'all had some kind of practice outside of it.
I've never seen her like super hands-on with either nieces and nephews. And I didn't really give it any thought. I don't know. I can't speak for her. I can't say that she analyzed how I was with my nephew. Anytime that I was engaging with my nephew, it was always in the back of my head, like, this is how you're going to treat your kids.
Ah, okay.
So it was always practice, I guess, in my head, right? It was like, if I can't do this with my nephew, chances are I won't be able to do it with my son. So I held a responsibility in that demeanor where I had to create my responsibility. Like I had to create that responsibility for me in that situation.
I think that's awesome that you're aware of enough of like your future and your present at the same time. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity.
Yeah, I feel like I can't really speak on when it happened. I think maybe it was when I decided to get engaged, where I definitely started kind of holding myself responsible for everything, where I started to look inward and stop blaming other people for my problems. My responsibility to fix it. It was my responsibility to make better what I had created. But I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, because the Lord knows that I'm not.
Definitely.
No, I just thought that if I'm going to get married, and you know what's going to happen after you get married, especially when you are in love with this person, is you're going to have kids. Unless you truly don't care about the future of your kids, then you're going to change yourself. You're going to mold yourself to be who you want your kids to become.
For all of y'all dudes out there, I hope y'all heard what he said. He said he takes responsibility and he's not blaming anybody else, and it's his job to fix it. And that's powerful, bro.
Yeah, but that's only when I decided to get engaged. If you're still out here fucking around, you don't have to do that. You could,
shut the fuck
accountability is not your problem if you don't decide to do that. But yeah, no, the idea of changing your behaviors or yourself and attempting to become the person you want your kids to become, yeah, I mean, that's a strong, that I think you have to do it if you give two shits about who your kids are going to become.
Yeah, for sure.
You want kids?
I do.
How many? That's a stupid fucking question. I hate that fucking question. I hate that fucking question because I might be cool after the first one. I don't know this kid. It might be fine. He might kill me before I get the chance to make a second one. But no, I hate that fucking question.
And yet you asked it.
Yeah, because it has to be asked.
I don't know. I always thought about having kids, but I never thought about how many. I talk to people now. Who have kids. Like most have one kid so far. And everybody's like, yeah, I'm good with this one. Like this one has made it very clearly I'm just a one-off kind of parent.
And who's saying that? Is that the dude or is that
definitely
both of them?
dudes?
Yes. Yep. Because we're always good. We don't need all that. Right? Whether it's a boy or a girl, I'm cool. I don't need to create a football team of people to love me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need it. Haven't really ran into the guy that's had a kid and was like, well, I want 4 more.
Yeah.
I haven't met that dude. And I don't want to because fuck that guy.
He's probably too nice. He's probably like the Hollywood dad who's, oh, come on, Billy. I'll take you out to the store for some ice cream.
Nick Cannon over here with 15 kids.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know.
But the thing is like he's not doing it with the same one. So
and y'all letting him get away with that shit.
Right.
That's crazy.
In the name of, why is he, how come? Why could he just be out here having kids with whoever he want and all the women is like,
Cause that fucking money talk.
Yeah,
bruh.
right.
Yeah,
Y'all
money
fake
talk.
as
Yeah,
shit.
money talk, bro.
I could do whatever I want if I had money. I could fuck whoever I want with.
Getting a little Harvey Weinstein-y over there.
I don't got the money, so we'll never figure it out.
I don't know, man. Like, I might be good with one.
Yeah.
I might be.
Have
good
you
with-
had these conversations with Abby?
Yes, definitely. She wants twins, which for me is
It's
like
not even a thing you can control. If
Yeah.
we're gonna have a conversation about how many we want, let's have a realistic conversation.
bro, I've never seen somebody pray so hard. Like consecutive days of prayer
You're
for
gonna
twins.
need to pray to different gods for
For
sure.
sure.
There ain't no way one is gonna do it, and she gonna have to do some like witchcraft.
Oh god.
Something she's gonna be like, well, I have to sit on my, I have to lay upside down on my head for 12 hours.
You gonna
because
Game of Thrones my baby? Come out with a fucking horse head.
No, you can't be like, yeah, I want twins, and then now if you don't give her twins, that's your fault.
Yeah, my sperm ain't good enough.
Yeah, she gonna have to find.
Most likely that's gonna be the argument. But nah, if we don't have twins,
You're not. No, it's not a if we don't.
Yeah.
All right. The chances are so small.
I wonder what the number is really. It's probably like low 20s.
It has to be lower.
Yeah.
There's no way that the odds are in your favor on giving this girl twins.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But I also think a lot about like her health through all of that shit because it's not like it's just super easy for them to have kids. Like it's not just a dangerous thing, but it's a taxing thing. And like I don't want to live the rest of my life like if God is so kind as to give her good health, I want her to be youthful. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to do shit and travel the world. Like I don't want her to be so wiped from dealing with kids also. And I don't want that for myself. No. My life is good. I don't fuck that.
And you know what you think about too? I mean, it's just because it might like we live obviously it's not a fucking fairy tale world that we live in, right? So when you do find out that your significant other's having a baby, so much awful things go through your head. Right? Like you think about what if she doesn't make it through labor? Like, what if she gives birth and she doesn't survive?
Yeah.
What if it's the other way around? Like, you just think about the worst possible shit, and that fucking horrible mentality of just horrible shit happening doesn't go away. Now you have to take care of your kid for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right? And if you go out for a walk in the park and you see a dog, in your head, the dog's killing your kid.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now you got to keep an eye out for that, right? Or if the park has a little sidewalk with no gate, your kid's getting hit by a car. It's just like you're thinking about every awful scenario.
Anxiety.
And it's so bad. It is so bad. And it's like the odds of this happening are probably as equivalent as you giving this girl twins. It's just not going to happen, right? It may, but the odds are low.
Yo, she's going to be sick when she hears this shit. Fucking George jinxing us.
But you just think about that shit all the fucking time and it doesn't go away. It's like when me and you had a conversation about when you go to bed, like every single night in the back of your head, you got to be prepared to fight off an intruder.
Right.
Right? Like you never really go to bed thinking, man, ready to get the day over with and start tomorrow because you're always fucking thinking about, if this dude came in through this window, what would be my plan of attack? Do you do that shit?
I have to.
Yeah.
Bro, I make her sleep. Wherever we sleep in the room, she's on the other side. I'm closer to the door.
And now throw kids into the mix, right? So now if it's you and her, fine. But now you got a baby in another room, right? Then now you got to be like strategically, if someone comes in, how quickly can I get the baby out of that room and in this room?
That's the first thing.
Or do we all go in that room? Like, what's the scenario? And then once we are in that room, am I now going out the back of the window, going downstairs and murdering the intruders? Or do I stay in the or do I stay in the room like a bitch and then call the cops and now people are just in the crib?
I'm sure movies don't help with this either.
No, because I want to be the guy that goes just climbs down the side of his house and murders everyone in there, right? And now I'm on the news as the guy that killed the intruders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy who's like, oh no, just stayed in the room and hid, and like the cops showed up and saved the day. Good thing the cops showed up, right? Because now I owe the cops my life and my wife. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not cool. I got to be the one to protect everybody.
Now we're gonna find out which type of woman is listening, right? Woman number 1 says, "Oh, I want my man for sure to go down there and fight and kill the intruder." Woman number 2 says, "No, I want him to stay here with me and be alive."
And you know the difference between those two women is the man, right? The one that wants him to go out there and fight off the intruder definitely has some money because she's like, if he dies, I get that bread. if she's like, well, I want him to stay in here, he's broke. she needs him to survive. Right?
Wow.
She's like, there ain't no way. If he dead, I got no money. No way that I'm gonna keep the house and the kids all taken care of. Stay in the fucking room.
How the fuck did you come up with that fast? Because that is not where I thought you were taking this shit.
That's bro. If you try, you got to think like a woman, bro.
Oh my god!
All the time. That's what the fuck they're gonna do.
Well,
I guarantee it.
It scares me that you've been around women who think like that.
I don't know if they do. They haven't told me, and I don't got money, so they're telling me to
God.
stay in the room. I guarantee you, right now, if it happens tonight, Alina's is like, no, stay in here. And if she says that, I'm like, fuck, I'm broke. Because I know that if she would have said go out there, she would have confidence in our bank account.
Yeah.
Her bank account about to be, because Lord knows I'm not coming back. But if she say go out, I need to step my money game up.
What's been on your mind today? What are you thinking?
My biggest thing is, can a man say to another man, I love you, without saying I love you, man, or I love you, bro? Like, if I look at you dead in your eyes and I go, I love you, you gonna think like, yo, this is trying to fuck me.
I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted to get away from this table when you did that shit.
Bro, you can't do it. It can't be done. If a dude looks at you in the
I don't even
eyes
want to look at you
and say,
now.
I love you or I miss you without saying bro or man or whatever to follow, he might want to fuck you. He really might. I don't know. And I've never said it to another dude without following bro or man.
Yeah.
It might speak volumes about me, but I can't. I don't know. I never even thought about it. I've never been like, I love you. Can you do it?
No. I can't. I can't.
And what do you think of a dude outside of me, outside of this situation? Let's say you went out, you had some drinks with the homies, right? And y'all leaving. And he just says, I love you, and walks away.
It's probably gonna make me think about all of the like times it was just me and him together, and if he ever exhibited any like other.
So now you're questioning his sexuality.
I mean, I don't know, George.
I miss you a little easier?
No.
No,
it's the same
it's on
shit.
the same level.
It's the same shit. I miss you. That doesn't land well.
Nah,
like
you're not
if you text me that.
Yeah, because if we haven't seen each other,
Yeah.
right? The text message reads, "Yo, bro, been a minute.
Yeah.
Miss you. We should hang out soon, or we should hang out soon. Miss you, or something right? Because now you're establishing before we even get to the miss you that what's up. It's been a while. This ain't gay, but I miss you. We should hang out." And you probably read it. And if I did send that, yo, bro, what's going on? Miss your ass. We should chill soon. What do you think? That's chilling.
Well, it's because you still use bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying that so that text is okay.
Yeah, that text is cool.
It's okay. You have no doubt in your mind. Oh, he's just trying to chill. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Let's set something up.
Yeah.
Now I text, hey, comma, I miss you. Want to hang out?
I'm gonna think somebody stole your damn phone because, and it's not even like, I don't know. Like when I say stuff like that, Abby be like, "Oh, don't be so homophobic." Like I don't think that's homophobic. If I don't want another man hitting on me, like I think that's my
he's not
right.
hitting on you.
No, but that's how that text sounds.
Okay.
It's like you're being flirtatious. I miss you. That's like the you up. Like when dudes text me that at 1 a.m, I don't even respond, bro. And he's be like my homie. He's like, yo, you up? Like, nah, it's 1 a.m, bro. Whatever you want, like, I don't got. Like,
Damn, so I can't hit you up at 1 a.m. with a UP question mark?
fuck no.
That's crazy. Well, you be putting your phone on silent though. Like
My
silent
shit,
mode.
my shit going do not disturb at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't want clients calling me, texting me. I don't want nobody's fucking problems. My mom cursed me out about that shit, actually. She was like, what if I want to get in touch with you? What if something's wrong?
Valid.
I guess something wrong. We just
Damn.
have to figure it out. She's on my favorites, so it should come through, but
I'm not.
hell no.
Fucking ridiculous,
Yeah.
bro. You know, like I be texting this dude stuff about the podcast.
Uh-huh.
And be like, fuck, it's 11:30. And that shit says, delivered quietly.
Siri knows what boundaries are because you can't know. Like, all right, motherfucker, he got it. Like, I assure you, if he ain't respond, it's because he don't want to.
Right.
They ain't no notify twice, bitch.
And now I gotta be. Well, I know he got it. I'm not gonna hear the response till 7 a.m. Now I gotta put my phone down, all fucking disappointed that I'm not gonna get a response. I'd be like, "Yo, bro, had a great idea for the podcast. Da 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 da. What do you think?" Delivered quietly. Oh. Oh, fucking
do you
believable.
question your existence? Like,
Yeah,
damn,
because
am
like I
not
should have. The thing is like I know it's gonna be delivered quietly. Right, Siri? First of all, there's big ass letters on the bottom that says "Do not disturb" on. I don't need you also being like, "Mr. Brown is busy." I don't need it. Don't need it.
Yeah.
So when I do text, like send it, part of me like, you know, he's not reading this. So why do you send it? If it was that important, he would have read it.
Yeah.
Right? He's not gonna see it till tomorrow. You should have just sent it tomorrow because now I'm saying I'm on the back of the fucking bike writing bitch, waiting for you to respond. And I know it's not gonna happen.
You right, bitch.
I'm writing bitch right now because in this situation, I'm like, hey, no, it's not cool. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And you're the only dude that actually uses that. I don't know. I don't text anybody else that has their phone on fucking do not disturb after a certain moment where Siri has to check me at the fucking door and says Mr. Brown's not seeing anyone anymore. Now I gotta wait for fucking the next day. Unfucking believable. Go fuck yourself.
That's my bitch. That's my bitch. Siri be riding. I'm like, hey Siri, that shit changed my life. Look, she ready to go. I had to turn it off. the most annoyed I've seen people get is when they see that she's delivering my messages. Because I'll be walking, I got my headphones in, and I can just voice to text, and it'll say sent by Siri or whatever.
Yeah, bro, Siri makes it known. She's like, there's no doubt in this world, I fucking did this. I sent that text message. I sent you away. Better believe no one's getting to Larry without getting through me.
Right.
And it's like, who the fuck are you? I fucking can't.
Fucking Ultron.
Bro, just sitting here pissed, looking at my phone in disbelief that I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah.
Like at you. I'm more disappointed in myself that I let it happen. Because now, again, I'm a bitch. I just got bitched by Siri. Fuck her.
You basically like sitting on that casting couch, but nobody comes out.
Yo, you know that's gotta be trash, right?
Yeah.
Like they be like, you go in there, and they're like, "Yo, have a seat right here," and you like, at least I get one video, right? It might not go nowhere, but it'll go somewhere. And you just sitting there and fucking 3 hours go by. And then you're like, yo, where the fuck are they? And you open the door and all the lights are off. And you're like, damn. So you just let yourself out. And then you hit them up the next day like, yo, da 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 da. Oh, sorry, we forgot you were in there and shit. Bro, like that was my last resort was fucking. And they didn't even fucking want me in there. I went to cast the couch and they said, no.
Porn wasn't low enough. What's lower than that, bro?
Bro, if I can't do porn, you gotta go work retail.
You know what's crazy is like we're sitting here laughing about this shit. And I can see somebody bashing us about sex work. And,
Oh, God.
yeah, disrespecting sex work. I'm like, I'm pretty sure when you were born, your dad didn't write down on his goals list to make sure that you grew up to be a porn star.
He
Like,
might have.
Oh, Jesus. Was he Ron Jeremy?
He's like, there's only one fucking career for you, all right? Casting couch.
Yeah.
Dog,
Wow.
bro, that shit.
That was iconic.
That's hilarious. If you can't make it there, bro, you're done. You're done.
Yeah, because OnlyFans is, I would imagine, a little bit more difficult. People
Because you have way more competition on OnlyFans. And if you're to the point where, like, casting couches, no thank you, better fucking believe ain't nobody gonna be clicking your link. If I got the potential to go click 10 links of, like, some baddies, right? Casting couch didn't want you. Ain't nobody clicking your link. You're done. Porn is over. That's not you.
Wow. Yeah, at that point, you're just going to be homeless.
I love how, like, there's no other, like, you can't go work at Best Buy.
Nah, definitely not.
Dog, that's hilarious.
Wow. That was funny as shit.
Yeah.
That was funny as shit.
You want to end the podcast?
Yes, sir. I think women don't have opportunity would be a good episode for next time.
All right. So next week we talk about women and the fact that they don't have opportunities, quote unquote, right? Because guys get, bro, most of my jobs, I've worked for women in every aspect.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, I'm like lowest level person in charge is a woman. I work to get to the same level as that woman. Person above me is a woman, right? The person above her is a woman. And that's a situation I've been in. That's a situation I'm currently at. I find myself in a room full of women. Now, maybe that says that my eligibility as a worker meets that as a requirement as a white woman. Wow. So that says more about me and my how I got to where I am. That I have the ability to reach goals as a white woman and not so much as a white man. Now, that's not saying that's not bad, because as a colored person, you know, as a Puerto Rican, if I can match the successful goals of a white woman,
that's valid.
That's pretty good.
That's valid.
Right? Reaching the goals of a white man, now that's a little harder, because Lord knows I can't get there. But a white woman, I think I'm cool with.
Unless it's the casting couch, right?
Yeah, because I'm not trying to be on that couch.
Yo, but I had fun with you today, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Well, tell the people goodbye. Thank you for coming to the Man Cave. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next episode.
Yes, sir. I'm Larry, and this is George. This is the
Better
Man
believe it.
Cave.